talk to you, I've been sharing in my communities my experience of the coronavirus and what's happening. And I wanted to share it with all of you. And I also wanted to share a very powerful meditation that I did that will help ground you and help you to experience a little bit more peace and safety during this time. So I want to have a conversation. I want to see how I can support you and help you. I'm all about supporting my community. As I see some of my soul stars on here for Membership for Your Soul, they know that I've been active with them all weekend, giving them some free gifts and everything. And I do have a free Facebook group called Soul Every Day, which I'll explain in a minute. But for those of you just joining me, I have a free meditation and also a recording that I did that just tells you about my experience with coronavirus. I'm actually having a very peaceful experience. So you can put in the word peace, and you will get that meditation. I have a banana next to me, so I'm going to move that. I have to always move certain things. So what I want to talk to you about is, so Soul Every Day is my free Facebook group that I have. You can only get in that group if you answer the questions. You have to answer the questions in order to get in there. So what I share in the recording, I'm going to share with you guys, and I'm just going to share with you why my experience of this has been extremely peaceful. And I'm here to answer any questions that you have and to support you in any way that I can. One of the most important things for me right now is to support my communities and to support them with the gifts that I have. So we're doing an abundant challenge. We have a lot of things going on right now. And the abundant challenge is in Soul Every Day. It's in my email list. Kathy, I got the last banana probably. I'm so sorry, sweetie. I didn't hoard them. I did not hoard them. I swear. So let me just explain to you something that's going on and my experience of everything and see how I can help you. So I have PTSD. Some of you may have PTSD, post-traumatic stress syndrome, and I have it since I was a little kid. And it definitely got enhanced during 9/11. I was in Manhattan during 9/11. And my experience in Manhattan during 9/11 was pretty, the whole world got experience from that, right? But it was pretty bad for me because it flared up all my symptoms because we couldn't leave the city. We weren't allowed to leave the city. Nobody could come in. Nobody could go out. I was a block away from the triage. Didn't know my gifts were opening up, but the pilots who flew the planes were showing up at the end of my bed, all bloody. Can you imagine that? And I was like, why are these pilots at the end of my bed, scared as anything? I would wake up in the middle of the night hearing sirens. I would go to my window. I lived in a back apartment, and I'd open the window to hear where the sirens were because there were constant bomb scares. We were running, and there was no sirens. And I realized at that point the sirens were in my head, that I had to get out of the city. So I, luckily for me, my father was a retired New York City police inspector, and I called him and I was like, I have to get out of the city. I can't stay here anymore. I'm losing it. And he came and got me, and he was able to get into the city because he was a retired New York City police inspector. And I left the city and went to the Hamptons and moved to LA after that, not much after that. The reason why I bring this up is I'm not the only one who has not had trauma. I recognize that we live in a world where there are wars going on and all sorts of things happening that me living in the States in a very peaceful place do not experience. So I can't speak to what everybody else is going through. I can only speak of my experience, and I want to share it with you. And I'm hoping that what I have to share for you will bring you to the state that I'm in right now and give you a little bit of understanding as to why this is happening to all of us now in the world. And there's going to be more downloads. I'm getting a lot of downloads. I'm being woken up with amazing meditations. And that's why I'm sharing this meditation with you. So if you guys, that's one of them. If you want that meditation, definitely put peace in the thing. And I'd love to hear about your experience right now too. So, that was 9/11. I left, really noticed my PTSD, and then my mediumship opened. Then I understand why the pilots were there. I'm like, oh, that's what was happening. And then thank you. I came and I moved to LA, and then I moved to Marin. And then some of you know, last fall, we had a power outage here, and that also flared up my PTSD a tiny bit. And the reason why it was flared up then is because I had no connection, no cell phone, no internet service, no food, no electricity, no coffee. I did hoard the coffee a bit. The coffee, I really didn't, but I bought enough coffee to get me through this. And so I that was an interesting experience for me. But I recognize that that experience is what's lifting me up here, because I'm very grateful. I'm sitting in a ton of gratitude. Now, my heart, my prayers go out to those who've been affected by this. Please know that it's somebody I know someone who may have it. They're in the hospital right now, and again, my prayers go out to those people. But I'm not in that situation right now, and I have been doing what I can to keep myself, and I'm going to give you some tips and techniques right now to help keep you balanced during this particular time. So, for me personally, what I'm experiencing is, like I said, a lot of peace. I keep telling my friends I'm having a biblical experience. And what that means for me is we are in an evolution, right? 9/11 changed the way we traveled. It changed us. I don't know if you remember the days after that or where you were, but for me, I remember sitting in Manhattan being super depressed and realizing, consciously realizing that I didn't cause the depression and I couldn't get rid of the depression. I didn't know how to get rid of it. And I felt really out of control, right? I'm not having that experience here because I know what's in my control. I know that I'm blessed and lucky to have food in my fridge and in my cupboards. And I hope those that don't have food, that we find out who they are and we get them food. I know that I can hike every single night. I've been hiking with my dogs in nature. I was playing tennis up until yesterday, but I think that's going to change now that they've put restrictions on us right now for 3 weeks. I have been meditating. I've been connecting to God, to source. Something else for me is I have complete faith and trust. I know that there's something bigger and greater for our highest good that's happening right now. And I know for many of you, it may not feel that way. Some of you may be in jobs where the situation may feel dire. I have certain people that I know in my life, they are in real estate and they're not able to sell, and there's certain things happening. So to me, I can only speak to my experience, right? I can't tell you what to experience, and I'm not going to tell you what to experience. In my communities, in membership and in Soul Every Day, I just did a live in there, and I also have Soul Finder Academy. I said to them, if you're feeling fear, it's okay, but reach out to us. Reach out to us. I hope that you join one of my communities, the Soul Every Day. I'm not looking to sell anything right now. I hope that you join my community, or you can tag me on this particular video, because I'm going to be very, very, very active in all my communities. You're like my 5th Facebook Live today. And I want to be very active to support the people that are in my communities. I want to help you. So just because I'm not experiencing fear, and if you are, doesn't mean you're wrong. It's your experience. Like, everybody has to respect everybody's experience through this. And then I want to support everybody. You can't feel supported if someone's shaming you for feeling something. That's not correct. But I want to give you some tools and techniques to do in order to help ease the process, to maybe see the gratitude of the moments, which I feel like I'm noticing a lot of people that are seeing that. So let me just spew a tiny bit more and just say things. And I notice a lot of you are writing peace, which is great. And thank you, Maurice said the meditation was wonderful. Thank you. I'll probably do them over and over. By the way, your hairdresser did a fantastic job. Yes, I had my hair done last week. That was a whole story that I shared in Membership for Your Soul. So that's a whole story I can share with you guys in a minute anyway. But thank you, Maurice. Yes, I had my hair done. I was all ready to get out and start dating. And then this happened. I'm like, really? So I think that this is like humorous. You have to find the fun in it. So what are some things that you guys can do in order to help you during this time right now? So I would suggest that you, I don't watch the news. I haven't watched the news since I was in high school. But I do stay informed. I'm a practical medium. I'm not telling you guys to fluff it through, ride the unicorn. So Spirit always shows me what I need to know. I knew to stock up before people were even stocking up. I kind of knew it. I knew to get stuff for my animals. That was really important to me. But find a trusted friend to send you important information if you don't want to watch the news. I think it's great that we have Facebook. I think it's great that we can connect to each other. I'm so blessed to have an online business where I can connect to my communities, but turn it off. Walk away from it. Have yourself have a time that you turn it on and you turn it off, or set, like if you're going to go on Facebook, because you can get sucked in and you got to be careful. So if you're going to go on Facebook, set your alarm for an hour. Once the alarm goes off, turn it off and do something else. If you guys have not experienced my souls list, you can find that on my YouTube channel. Do your souls list right now, and then do things from your souls list. So that's what I would say for you to do, because now we have an opportunity where there's space and time in our calendar that we can do some of the things we've been wanting to do. So it's a great time to do that. The other thing I suggest you do, and would be very, very good for you, is when you end the night, end it with something spiritual, whether it's my meditation, whether it's somebody else's meditation, whether you're reading something that's really great, whatever it may be, whether it's a prayer. I'm a big prayer. Whatever it is, end your night with something beautiful, okay? It's really important that you do this, and I'm going to tell you why. Leslie, I'm going to help you, sweetie, so stay on. Anybody who's struggling, I'm here for you, okay? So you just write to me. Those of you who are joining, if you're a soul star, please say that you're a soul star. And Nancy, definitely you don't want to stick your head in the sand, but you want to be careful as empaths to take in all the fear. You've got to be careful of that. So how, as an empath, I'm trying to teach you as an empath how to navigate the road, how to navigate this. There's so many tools and techniques I have about being an empath during times like this. But let me just finish what I'm saying right now. So at night, I want you to end with something peaceful. I'm going to tell you why. So for me personally, the past couple of days, I was like, you know what? I'm going to read A Course in Miracles again. I know something so much bigger is happening. I'm riding a different dimension. There's something huge happening here. And I picked up that book, and it was great because I've done it before. Pick up whatever you want. I don't care. Read. Maurice's going to do my meditation. Do that. And before you go to sleep, you can ask for something. Ask your guides for something in the dream state. I've been doing this because my dreams are so precognitive, they come true. So I get a ton of information. Like 2 weeks ago, I had a dream I was going to get served for jury duty. The next day I was like, oh, frig, I had a dream about jury duty. That means I'm going to get a notice. The next day I got a fucking notice. Excuse my language. I can't serve on jury duty. It would set off my PTSD horribly. So obviously it's going to be closed down now anyway. So thank you, coronavirus. I don't have to go to jury duty now. But anyway, that's a whole other story. So I have now been setting my sleep state in a peaceful way. You guys have questions. We're doing a whole abundance challenge where you get a piece of rice and you make a wish. Ask Spirit to show you how to, Kitty, we're going to share some more empathic things. So don't worry. We're going to give you some tools. Ask Spirit to help you with this. So last night I did some reading, I did some meditating, I did some praying, and I went to sleep. And they dropped in the most amazing meditation to do around the cycle of the moon, which I'm not ready to share yet because I'm going to be the guinea pig and do it first. And then they gave me fireflies. And I woke up at 4 a.m. and I was like, oh my goodness, that was unbelievable. It was amazing. And I did some reading and I did some work, and then I went to sleep for a tiny bit and I got up. So do that. In the morning when you get up, do not go near your phone right away. I journal every morning, but the minute you get up, what I want you to do is read something special, do a prayer again, do some breathing techniques, do some breathing exercises. What's a great thing to do is to do a special mantra. And while you're inhale and exhale to the mantra. So I do the Hail Mary with breath because I love the Hail Mary. I would suggest, like, if your mantra is, I am safe, I am safe, I am safe. Do that for a good minute or 2 minutes and set your day up that way. It'll really, really, really help you. Do a gratitude list every night. Notice the gratitude. What I'm noticing is, one, I live in a place, thank goodness, because I've been in Manhattan during crazy times and stuff like that. And I love Manhattan. I'm not putting Manhattan down. But where I live in Marin County, everybody's really polite in the grocery stores. Nobody's running after, get out of out. None of that's happening. None of that happens here. So it's been really great. We are so grateful to have these workers that are working their asses off so we could stock our fridge. Find gratitude for that. I get to hike. Find gratitude for that. Find gratitude wherever you can, and it's going to help to bring the vibration back. So what I suggest, the moon thing, Nancy, I'm going to bring into membership first. So I'm not ready to do it just yet, but it's pretty incredible what they showed me. Penny says, I also get my information through my dreams. They always come true as well. That's Claire. That's precognitive dreaming. Precognitive dreaming. I teach you about dreams and everything. Hello, Sandra, another soul star. So, look, Penny shares a great tool here. Look at what she does. I always do my gratitude mantras when I first wake up and when I go to bed. So I'm going to give you, I did it a little bit in the meditation, but I'm going to give you an incredible tool as an empath right now that is going to help you. So I'm going to tell you about my hair. Okay. So I had hair extensions. This was a huge deal for me. I don't do things like that willy-nilly. I don't make, like I have a tattoo that I got 3 years ago. I don't make decisions like that, just like, hey, I'm going to do this. It takes a while for me to make those decisions. And I said, you know what, I'm going to do hair extensions. I want to try it. And I went into my hairdresser and I said, do you know anybody does hair extensions? And I've been to this hairdresser many times, and he turns my chair around and he's like, meet Annie. She does hair extensions. So when Annie was doing my hair, she's in my crown chakra, right? First, I had to get the hair ahead of time to clear it, because you can't put the hair on my head until I can clear it. And then she was doing my hair and she was going through some really difficult experiences. Plus the coronavirus was kicking in. So she was having a lot of fear and she was talking to me about it. And I was like, oh, fuck, I can't have this in my head right now. She's a beautiful woman, great woman, does great job. She didn't realize it. She was just conversing, communicating. She doesn't know I'm an empath. She doesn't know what that can do for me. And I was like, oh no, I can't have this fear in my head right now. I just can't have this. So I called in Archangel Michael, Archangel Gabriel, and Archangel Raphael. So I call in those three angels all the time. The other people I work with is Jesus, Saint Germain, and Joseph. So I called them in to surround me. And then I asked Jesus to step between us and to heal the triggers between the two of us. We were just triggering each other. That's all that was happening. I was triggering something in her for her to be able to share it. And she was triggering stuff in me that I did not want to experience. We were just triggering each other. So I said to Jesus, please step in and trigger and heal the triggers between us. It went away like that. She stopped talking about it. Not one word. So what I want you to do, and this is a really great empathic tool, is I want you to pick an ascended master. Let's see who you're picking right now. Whoever you want. An ascended master. Yes, I agree, Judy. Completely agree with that. Pick an ascended master. Pick an angel. Pick somebody, whoever you want to pick. Okay? So I'd love to see who it is. And those of you just joining me now, I'm giving away a powerful meditation and a recording that explains the tools and techniques that I'm using to keep me in this very peaceful state that I'm in. And if you just put peace in the comments, you will receive that. So Penny said Uriel. She's going to work with Uriel. Anybody else? Who are you going to work with? I always work with Jesus, but then I also work with Archangel Michael, Gabriel, Raphael. Okay. Michael, Uriel, Archangel Michael. I'm going to show you something in a second. Jesus, I love Jesus. Hey, Liat, I haven't seen you in a while. Baba G and Sister Mahahi. I hope I'm saying that right. Love that. Aw, Mary. Let's all give Mary love. She says, I'm around people in fear all the time, and I see you, nurse, on Long Island. These tools are great. Thank you. It's getting nuts here. I'm sending you a lot of love, Mary. People on the front lines right now, oof, a lot of love. Okay, so we have Uriel, Mother Mary, Saint Germain, Jesus, Raphael, Archangel Gabriel. Love this. And then you're also writing peace because you're going to get this incredible meditation. So this is what I do. So here's another thing. Hi, Paula. If you're just joining us, put peace in and you're going to get a special meditation. So this came to me during the killings in Connecticut with the little kids, right? So another thing that like shocked the nation. I'm sure it shocked the world. I don't, and it was so horrible, right? And it changed the way we think about things. Like things change the way we think about things. So Spirit taught me this trick. So there's a lot of energy going on out there. You're an empath. You may not even realize you're picking the energy up. Whether you are having this experience or not. Oh, Eunice. Eunice, you scared me for a second. I thought it was the couch mob again. Hey, Eunice says Soul Star. I was like, what's that long post? So what they had me do is there was a lot of energy going on there, and people wanted to send the energy out to heal them. But what happens is when you send the energy out to heal, you attach to it. You could be attaching to it because you don't know how to separate yourself from it. You don't know how to pull yourself back because you're healers. You're like, I want to help. I want to help. I want to help. So you go out there and you're trying to heal them and you're attached to it. You're like, am I doing enough? Oh my goodness, my heart is with them. I want to help them. So what I have learned to do, and it's a little of this in this meditation, and I did this in Membership for Your Soul, and I'm going to be live a lot. So I'll bring this to you guys again. Let's all do this right now. Okay. I am going to do this with you. It's not going to be a full-on meditation. I'm going to teach you a really quick technique and tool. And that's the other thing. You don't have to be in major meditation to do this. So anybody who is, Keita said she was teaching first grade that day. Anyone who, we're talking about the Connecticut thing, pick your person, Jesus, Archangel Michael, Archangel Uriel, and I want you to take a few breaths. And as you take a breath in, I teach this in the meditation, I want you to see a light. So as you're inhaling, wherever your inhale is ending, just see a light there. Experience a light. And as you exhale out, just exhale the light out. And as you inhale in, you're inhaling the light in. And as you exhale out, you're exhaling the light out. Do this a couple of times. You're inhaling and the light is ending at that inhale. It's, that's where you see it. And then you're exhaling it out. Now I want this light to take shape in front of you. So whether you can see it or not, you can feel it. You can stick your hands out and even try to feel it that way. But there's a big light that's out in front of you. It may be a colored light. It may be a white light. It might be a yellow light. It might be any kind of light color. But I want you to just feel that light out in front of you. And I want you to notice, is it 2 feet out? Is it 4 feet out? Is it really 6 inches? Is it close? Just breathe into that light that is standing now in front of you. And it's almost taking as big as a shape as like an angel would take or a person would take. So just take a few moments now to do that. Now I want you to recognize that this light, this breath that you're sending out and it's creating this light in front of you, this color in front of you, this is now that ascended master, that angel that you asked to work with. Now I want you to breathe into the knowing of that. Whether you believe it or not is not important to me. The intention is everything. So just say, I'm trusting it. I'm going to have an intention that this is that ascended master, that angel. Now I want you to have that light, that angel, that ascended master between you and what is going on in the world. They are now standing between you and what is going on in the world. And I would like you to physically do this, if you can, to put your hands out almost as if you were touching their back, touching the light, their light. And notice how that feels. And what you're doing now, the next thing you're going to do is you're going to ask them to take the healing that you have to offer and to put it out into the world. So you're not putting the healing out from your instrument. You're putting your healing into Archangel Michael, Jesus, whoever it is. You're just supporting, and you're asking that ascended master, that angel, to bring the healing out into the world. So try that. So what this does, let me explain it real quick, is this is almost like a block, but we don't like using the word block. It's a facilitator. They're acting as a medium for your work, for your abilities. So you are going to put your hands on their back. You're going to ask them to take your healing, and they are going to take it out into the world. They know how to do that. So do that now. And just breathe into that. Breathe into the wisdom and the knowledge to know that this is happening, that you don't need to do much else than this. This is all you need to do if you feel you need to help for right now. I mean, there's other things you could do physically, but now just thank them. Pull your hands back. See the distance between you and this light, this ascended master, this angel. Notice that you're all intact. You're completely intact. And just see them going out and doing what they need to do. And now just bring your breath back to yourself. Say your name to yourself 3 times, calling your spirit back into your body. And then open your eyes. So let me know how that was for you, if you understood it, if it felt powerful, if it didn't. It's a very abbreviated version of what we can do. But the thing is, many times people think you have to go into deep meditation to do this work, and you don't. So that is one empathic tool that you can use. Another one, listen to the meditations. For those of you who are joining, I gave a free meditation out. It's called, and if you just put peace in the comments, you will get that meditation, as well as you'll get my predictions. You get my 30-minute thing. And I don't believe it's an opt-in. I believe you just get it. We're not asking for your email address or anything. So just do it. And Nancy, I'm going to answer your question, but Nancy said, wonderful. I want to know how that was for you. And if you struggled with it, putting my hands on Jesus's back in light brought me to tears. So Leah, what I want to share about this is our truth. This is what we are capable of doing. This is the ability that we have. And I got to tell you guys right now, I'm getting attacked by a lot of Christian people that don't like what I do. And I got to say, as a teacher, I paused for a second. And I for a second, I'm like, do I get my stuff out there? And I'm like, yeah, I do. I do, because of all of these amazing comments, because it's helping you. And that means the world to me. Wendy said, thank you. That was so helpful. Could see energy from my fingers. I love that, Kitty. That's beautiful. That was so beautiful. Thank you. You're going to love the meditation, guys. Go and listen to that meditation. Just put peace in the comments and you will get it. Linda said, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. A soul star. Hello, Linda. Yes, I loved visualizations. Good, good, good. Now I'm sleepy. Penny, that'll happen. So that's okay. I would stamp your feet on the ground. You need to ground. You can, in my meditation that I shared with you guys, it's all an empowerment kind of meditation. It helps you to ground into Mother Earth past the nonsense. And it's going to help you to root in and also connect with your guides, which is really great. So it's normal. It could be sleepy. That's fine. So for those of you who are just joining, remember, put peace in. I'm sharing a lot in my community. So my Facebook free group is Soul Every Day. We're doing an abundant challenge right now with a piece of rice. It's pretty magical. If you're not on my list, get a, well, you could join. Let me tell you how you could get that challenge. You can get that challenge by, let me pull it up for you real quick. A really great challenge. And we're going through stuff in membership in Soul Every Day, which is free. Let me put this in here. You can join the challenge that way, and that'll get you the challenge too. So it's a really great challenge, and you cannot join Soul Every Day without answering the questions. We're not letting just anybody in. It's just not allowed. So I want to answer Nancy David. I don't want to say your last name. Sorry, Nancy, even though you're on the post. I just want to put this in real quick. So Nancy had a question that I thought was really great question. She was asking about her 401k. because I know that what's going on economically, my friend said it too, it's affecting stocks, right? Nancy, I'm going to tell you, you're going to be okay. You don't have rice. I'll explain that too, Nancy. Don't worry. You're going to be okay. When you put your money in the 401k, I said it to my friend who has a lot of her money in stocks, and she's like, they just dipped. There's always this in our world. And this is a great opportunity to not practice fear, to not worry about it. That's a lot of the fear that's going on out there. Now, is our economic state going to get affected a bit? It will. But just like real estate, when real estate takes a dive or things take a dive, it comes back up. It comes back up even higher. When I bought my house in Sherman Oaks, I got it for $450, right? And people thought I was nuts because I bought a house that literally was like falling apart at the seams. I redid that house and I sold it for over $1 million. Okay. And people thought I was crazy because it was also like, I got it just when the real estate market was still at the bottom. I didn't know that. I didn't know anything. It was my first house. I just saw the beauty in the house. I could see the bones, and then I did it and I fixed it up and then I sold it. So I didn't live it. I was in a little bit of fear, but my guides walked me through that with that whole thing. You've got to get through that fear. So if you don't have rice for the rice challenge, don't worry about it. You could pick a pebble. You can pick a bean. If you have a bean, you could pick a piece of pasta. It's anything. So it doesn't matter. It's just the metaphor of, faith as a mustard seed is faith as a rice. I have a ton of faith and trust. I have blind faith and trust. So that's what I'm trying to teach everybody. So let me just see what other questions we have here. And if you're just joining, Judy, I'm not getting into the whole money collapse because to me, that's an illusion. Okay. So I'm very careful about what I'm going to say prediction wise at this point, but I can tell you that I'm not there in my belief system. And I would say to you to watch the reports about it. Do I think that some of it's going to get affected a bit? I do. But I don't feel like it's going to be long lasting for the rest of our lives. I just don't. So again, I'm not ready to give predictions yet on this, even though I'm getting information, but I probably will. So let me just see here a second. I just want to answer some questions. So remember, peace gets you the meditation. Hi, Anat. I haven't seen you in so long. Anat said, my hands were on fire. Archangel Gabriel, love it. Great, great, great. Emily did it through her higher self. I love that. Meditation will be before bed. Good, good, good. Love that. Yeah. And by the way, my meditations, I do this with Esther Hicks. There's vibration in my meditations, so you could fall asleep to them. If you don't find my voice is usually when I channel, it's a lot more peaceful. It goes down it's like that. It's a little more calmer. I don't really have a Brooklyn accent as much either. So if you find that it's nice for you, go to sleep to it. It'll help you because my guides know exactly who they're speaking to. They know who's going to listen to this meditation. They don't have limited consciousness like we do. How could they possibly know, Marilyn? You haven't even put it out. Yeah, they know. So they are connecting with your guides and they're bringing it in through the meditation. So I just want you to know that. Oh, great. Leslie, sorry that you had this experience, but I do want to talk about this. I think this is really important. She said, I need a positive word. I had a phone reading yesterday that I felt was all negative. I regretted doing this. I just need a confirmation that all will be okay. It will. So this is why I don't get readings anymore. This is why I teach people how to read for themselves. I do this in my programs. Membership for Your Soul, Soul Finder Academy is a different program. But the reason why is because when I was getting readings, I had the same experience with a couple of psychics. They didn't know how to not project themselves onto readings, right? You should always get it read by a medium, but not all mediums are very clear. I teach people how to push themselves out of the way. And you're even going to hear me talk about this in the meditation because at the very end of the meditation, I explained to you a human experience I was having. So people need to put it out of the way. So I'm going to tell you a couple of tools, Leslie. So the fact that you felt it was negative means it does not align with you. Do not give power over the other person over yourself. So what I would suggest you do is anytime the reading starts coming into your thoughts, give it to Archangel Michael, give it to somebody that you trust, give it to the universe. Say, I'm not going to subscribe to this. I'm not going to believe it. I'm giving it to you. Give it away. The fact that you felt it was negative means that it's not the right reading for you. I'm not going to speak poorly of the psychic because I don't do stuff like that. It's not the right reading for you, but it was the right reading for the time because you're learning something about empowerment in yourself. So don't throw the whole thing out like I shouldn't have done it. Instead, it's a great experience to say, how can I take better care of myself? How do I need to stand in the power of what I know today? How do I release this so I stand in the power of what I know? So what happened to me is I went for a reading by a very, very, very trusted psychic. And I walked away and she was telling me, you can't do this, you can't do that, you can't do this. And I was like, what the fuck? And I'm friends with her. I became friends with her after. Years later, she said to me, why didn't you do X, Y, and Z? And I was like, those are the things she told me. She's like, you were always supposed to do X, Y, and Z. And I'm like, she told me in the reading not to do it. Not that I totally listened, but it affected me because I was in a weakened state. I'm going to talk about weakened state in a second. And I realized, then she shared more, and I realized it was what she wanted to do. So she wasn't able to see my soul because of whatever was clouding up her own soul. So she was projecting her own lack, scarcity, and fear onto my reading. Now, she's a great medium, a great psychic. She's a great healer. I love her. And I'm glad I was able to, I thank her for bringing that in because I recognized, one, that's the psychic I never wanted to be, the medium I never wanted to be. Two, to always give people tools. And three, whenever, there's many things I can say about this, but whenever I read anyone, I always say, take what you like and leave the rest. You are the master of your life, not me. So Leslie, that's all you need to know. And you have to ask yourself, why am I having this experience right now in my life? How can I stand in the power of who I am? So it's super important, which is great. Okay, so peace, 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 yay. Okay, do you have any other questions before I go? Again, remember, I'm going to be more active, especially in my groups. I wanted to see what A&E said. I'm just learning my empath. I had a migraine all day and it almost gone. Thank you. Yeah. So when you're an empath and you don't realize it, you could get physically ill. Don't get scared. I'm not trying to scare you. But grounding is the key. Grounding is so this meditation will really help you, Marla, if you're still on, because it'll help you to ground, which is so important when you're an empath. So important. Super easy and powerful. Thank you. Oh, I'm so glad. Share this, guys. If you really feel that this is helpful, share it with your friends. Like I said, when you go into the messenger, you're going to, I don't believe we're asking for an email. I wanted to give it away free. I didn't want you to have to give an email for this. So I hope that that's the way it's set up. This is great, Dory. She said, I didn't really see the light. Totally fine. But definitely felt the angel energy. Amazing. Perfect. Perfect. And you didn't say, I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing it. Great. Mary says it came through. Great, great, great. Okay. I'm just wanted to see Eunices. Okay. It's not giving me all the info. Okay. It's not. All right. So left ear is burning. Tingling has been happening often. Yeah. So the energy is moving. Left ear, if it's burning, it usually means your clairaudience, clear hearing is opening up. And tingling is usually the energy inside of you is moving, as well as you may be opening up certain healing centers in your hands, in your body. So that might be happening. The meditation I'm giving you is really a chakra meditation. So it's going to help you to become really powerful in your chakras. And our chakras hold meaning for everything. Like the first chakra is safety. Second chakra is creativity. Third chakra, these are my chakras, man. I don't care what's out there. Third chakra is clairsentience, intuition. Fourth chakra is empathic ability and truth. Fifth chakra is clairaudience and truth. Sixth chakra is clairvoyance and seeing things clearly. And the crown chakra is connecting to guides. So great. I'm a baby empath too. I was wondering how to access the meditation. Type in peace. You'll get it. Type in peace. Okay. So yes, Linda, I'll answer that in a second. So type in peace, you'll get the meditation. Share this if you liked what I did. Breathe. I'm going to summarize this at the end, what I want you to do in order to help guide you through this experience. Trust me, there's something so much bigger happening for our greatest good. We're going through something as a world. Can you see that? Like, how incredible is that? That everybody, I don't know, like everybody around the world, because I don't watch the news, but let's just say in my little ignorance, everybody around the world is going through this. Like, this is incredible. So this is just, to me, like, there's things happening at biblical proportions, and I just hope you say it. So Linda said, question, I got bright sparkling golden pink swirling, but have no idea who it was. Is there any angel connected to those colors? There probably is. And let me ask you this, Linda. I'd rather ask you this because my throat chakra is bothering me, because I do have a book, but what angel do you feel like it was? Who cares what is attached to an angel out there by someone else's opinion? Who do you think it was? That's what I want to know. So I know you're still on, Linda. Hopefully you are. She's a soul star. Thank you for calming our fears and for the meditation. We'll listen at bedtime. Great. Let me know. I hope it's good. My meditations are usually I only do them in membership for your soul. And my team has been asking me to get them out more because they're usually really powerful. Okay. Great. Thank you. Weird feeling in my lower stomach. Does that mean I'm feeling more at peace after you're talking to me on what to do? It could be, Leslie. Yeah. And lower stomach to me is creativity. It's also attached to your first chakra, which is about space, safety. And our first chakra is also about spiritual truths. It's our belief system. So you might be rewriting a belief system. And rewriting a belief system means a belief system could be, I believe in life after death. I believe in multi-dimensions. I don't believe in linear time. Those are belief systems. I believe that we're all abundant. Those are belief systems. So you may be having an experience in your first and second chakra, which is rewriting your belief system, and Spirit is asking you to create from the inside out. That's what I teach in my programs, how to create from the inside out. That's the other reason why I feel like I'm not getting triggered as much, because I'm very much about creating my experience from the inside out. And let me tell you something, guys. I'm not like unicorn riding it through. I'm not. There was a couple of weeks ago, I was waking up. I shared this with membership today. I was coming back from my hike, and this thought tried to take over. And it was this apocalyptic thought. Oh, no, it's going to get like this. And I was like, well, then I want to get Xanax because I don't want to live during that. And then I was like, then I have to figure out how to take my animals with me because I don't want them living without me. And I was like, whoa, whoa, whoa. I'm not doing that shit. Get the heck out. That thought is not allowed in. Because honestly, if it got that bad, like, why do that to ourselves now? We're not there. We're not there. After this, I'm going for a reading. I'm going for a hike. I mean, reading for myself, because I'll be hiking with my guides and my dogs. So stay in the moment of gratitude, which is super important. Okay, I want to see if Linda answered. Tammy said, I've had a bad tummy twice in the past few days, yet I know I'm not ill. Yeah, it's probably, stomach relates to digesting life. So how are you digesting life? Everybody pay attention to how you're breathing. How are you breathing? So anytime you have a tightness in your body, and again, this meditation is really going to help you, Tammy, so put in peace. It's going to teach you how to breathe in your chakras so that you can balance them. And I'd say when your tummy's bothering you a bit, send breath. Your breath is powerful. Your breath is source. So have an intention, I'm healing, and breathe into it, okay? That's good, Mary. Mary's agreeing. Okay, so you have no idea, creative angel. Great, 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 Linda. So what I would love for you to do is, maybe, because you're in membership, right? Maybe this is a guide that is not necessarily an angel that we know. So Linda, you're creative, right? What I would love you to do, I don't know if you can, but if you can, let me know. I would love for you to draw it. We're going to do this in membership. We're going to do the drawing thing again. I don't know who said on the live that they'll do it, because I don't know if I can do it, but I would love for you to draw it. and then lean into it. Many times, you know, in the meantime, you could just pick one, just pick someone to work with if you feel like it's too abstract. But then I would just say it's probably happening because it's an angel for you and it's not for anybody else. And whether it works with other people, we don't need to know that. It's your angel. I've never asked my guides if they work with other people because I don't feel like they do. And I don't feel like I need to know that. You know, I just feel like they're with me. I don't have a grounding meditation on YouTube. I have one in membership. Not sure if I'm going to give that out because that's a special thing for them because they join, but maybe I'll do one during my lives. But the one that I shared, if you put peace in, Marla, it'll ground you because it puts roots into the earth. It'll definitely help. Okay. Hello, Lisa. Thank you, Dory. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. So Gills. Hi, Marilyn. I had a lot of messages in different ways from divine source. I don't seem to receive from specific angels or archangels, but I seem to not receive anything in the last 6 months, although my heart has never been so open and always ask in faith and gratitude, not in desperation. Please shed some light. My thought is I'm in digestion process of all received in the last 4 years and also in between 2 lives. I'm still trying to understand my earth angel state. So Gills, this is a great question. This is Gills. I just want you all to see it because I read that really fast. So Gills, there's a couple of things that may be happening for you. Okay. So this is my expertise. Okay. This is my platform. I teach, this is Membership for Your Soul. I teach people how to communicate with their guides. And then my next platform is how to live your life from the inside out. So I want to just teach everybody something here about guides because I know guides. I know them. He said, I had a lot of messages in different ways from divine source. I don't seem to receive from specific angels or archangels, probably because you don't have your own set of guides. I only have one archangel in my guides, who my guides are, and he only came in like 3-4 years ago. So my guides have never, you can't Google them, you can't find them. They're my guides specific to me. And I created a relationship with them, right? So what could have been happening for you is that you opened up to divine energy. You were getting a ton of downloads. And then that particular guidance system is stepping back. And they may be stepping back for 2 reasons. One reason is to infiltrate and use what you've learned into your waking life, into your human existence, into bringing it into practicality. Because what I've seen finally is ending is we are learning how much we can't stay out here. I didn't stay out here. My guides taught me how to ground and bring this to the earth plane. I can't handle people. I did a whole thing about woo-woo people. I can't handle people that live out there. They're not my people, man. I need the people that are bringing in the information, and they're not wrong. They're just not my people. Bringing it into the practicality. So they may be stepping back because you are a direct reflection of them and they are a direct reflection of you. So if we're only dependent on them and what they're sharing with us, we are not yet bringing in that material into the world, which is why you're here. So they may be stepping back so that you can bring this into the world and bring it in your way. Then the other thing that may be happening is they may be getting you ready for a new system of guides. Now, my experience is, I don't talk about my guides. I don't give their names. I don't tell you how many because it's my personal relationship with them. But I do teach everything I know about it. So when I have, and they stand in specific places, I know my guides. If a guide is getting ready to leave my circle, they get me ready for it energetically. So they'll pull their energy back little by little by little, and I'll be feeling it when I'm channeling, oh, this one's going, it's starting to go. And it takes a while because they never want to just rip it away from me. And I don't think they did that with you at all, Gills. I'm just sharing a process. Then what they do is they usually replace it with something else. So when I first started channeling, it was with like a gnome type creature because it made me laugh. And if it was something more than that, I wouldn't have been able to handle it because I wouldn't have been able to receive the love. Wouldn't have been able to receive the energy. There's so much I have to say to this. I'm doing a webinar next week about some of this, so I would suggest you join it. I am going to talk about Membership for Your Soul, but due to the climate of everything that's going on, I want people to just really get the tools and techniques, and then if you decide to join us, you'll join us. But with that said, so he taught me for a year to get ready for them. So what I would say to you is to just really find the light inside. Just keep working with this is what I'm hearing from them too, the inner wisdom inside of you. Don't worry about what's stepped away. Just keep working with it, because I feel like what also is happening is you're getting information in another way, or you're going to, and it's not going to be through the same channels. And we limit ourselves as people, and you don't want to limit yourself through this experience. Okay. Gills, let me know if that helped you, honey. Yes. Linda, come into membership. Tell me. How do you mix your rose water spray? I bought this at the yoga retreat I did. But I don't know. I usually buy the rose water. So I used to use vodka and lavender, and I didn't need that anymore. And rose water spray does it for me. Okay. Peace. Lisa, you already got it in membership. I've also been working with a lot of Sandra Ingerman shamanic techniques, which is great. So you may just be learning through another thing, Gil, right? So just let it be. Let it just be. And I think that's great. And then it'll all incorporate. I'm going to be doing readings with Sue on this page at the end of the month. And she studied with her. So that's great. Okay, great. All right. So I think that's it. I think we're all good. If there's any other questions, I'll give you a second to ask them. Definitely put peace in. If you want to come join us in Soul every day. Let me just contact my team member. Something's happening. Hold on one sec. If you want to come into Soul every day, by all means, do join us there. And that's the free Facebook group, but you have to answer the questions. Rose water is it's an Ayurvedic thing that you can spray. It's very refreshing. And I don't know, it doesn't even say the ingredients in it. I got this at I went on a yoga retreat when I was in yoga training in the fall, and I got it there. And to me, it just clears my energy, because especially if I'm doing readings, when I do group readings and like membership, I do a lot of readings, like 50, and I have to sometimes clear in between, or if I touch something of my own, I like to clear, but that's me, that's just what I know. Thank you, sweetie. Okay. So peace, peace, peace. Love you all. And if you need anything, please let us support you during this time. Can I be a shameless plug for membership? It has been wonderful and enlightening. You can be a shameless plug for membership, because we really are pulling together as a community like never before. I mean, it's been unbelievable in there during this time. So those of you that can join us when we open the doors next week, we'd love to have you. Thank you. He says, I very much like your Brooklyn way of delivering a message. You're funny in a good way and knowledgeable like angels are. So you're an earth angel. Thank you so much. Thank you. Yeah, I call it like it is. All right, guys. And Linda's seconding the membership thing. All right, guys. Thank you so much for being part of my audience. I know that there's many, many people that you could be following right now, and I really don't take that lightly, and I appreciate that a lot. And Ricardo, put in peace in the comments, and you will get the coronavirus information and the meditation. Okay, so just put peace in there, and you should get it. But it looks like something might have happened with the system, so hopefully it's okay. All right, guys, I love you. Thank you so much, and I will be doing more lives, so you'll be hearing from me. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.